Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for returning to watch my dissertations and blah blah blahs. This is Luigi Mondelli from American Top Team Connecticut and Core Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Association. In this video, I'll be telling you two things that I'll be doing to stay in shape, to train while my school is closed. We decided to close the school during this coronavirus outbreak to do our part, our civic part, to prevent the spread of the virus. And we know that we can sanitize the school as much as we want and we can. And we have been doing that very, very strictly, like putting a lot of effort. I added more ozone generators to leave it on overnight to disinfect and to really sanitize the whole gym. But we understand that training martial arts, it's all about, contact, all about us training, grappling, and etc. And what happens is you might be infected, you might have been exposed to the virus, you could still be going through the incubation time, which is, they say, about 14 days. And during those 14 days, even without the symptoms, you could be spreading the virus. It's not a big deal. We don't need to panic. Like I say, my needle is always in the middle when it comes to the moderation. Don't fall for the whole panicking, because fear feeds aggression. And we need to stay level-headed so we can help each other, we can help our neighbor. Also, don't see this as just as any flu or anything. Like any virus, the sooner we can stop the spread by what they have been saying, like lowering the curve, the infection curve, the better for everyone. What I said in my last video, just a quick thing, just be mindful. Maybe you're getting all that water that is in the shelf at the grocery store. You look at your side, there's a couple of elderly people looking for water, and you should ask yourself, do I need all of this right now? Can I share a little bit with my neighbor, with this person? And we all need, and we need each other. If we see people fighting, we try to stay out of the way, or we try to at least make people understand that there's no point in fighting. Two things I will be doing. Number one, I will keep hiking. And I love hiking. It keeps me, closer to the nature, lower my stress. I have more time to contemplate, to meditate, to think. It's really good to spend some time with yourself and your loved ones. Of course, you are in nature. You're not going to be touching too much stuff. I don't think that there's any risk of getting coronavirus from going hiking. Go with your friends, go with your family, go with your people. And what I'll be working on, so I'm going to a specific trail today, and I will time myself. I use two apps. I use Trails or I use Strava. Trails is a little bit better because it shows you where the hiking spots are in your area. So I downloaded, I paid the annual fee just because I like to hike a lot, and I can record my tracks. So I'm going to a new trail today. I will weigh in my backpack. I like to put a good first aid kit with me. I'm going to it's a national forest, so it's not a state forest. In this case, I can carry a firearm for my own safety. And you should actually, if you want to carry any firearm in your hiking places, make sure that you read the laws of your state, of where you can carry, where you cannot carry, just to be safe, and of course to follow the laws. Where I'm going, there's no issues. I can carry. I already did my homework. I'm loading my backpack. I will weigh my backpack, put a good first aid kit and a lot of water and some snacks. Sometimes I put an extra layer of undergarment there, just in case if I start climbing a little higher and it could be colder. So I have something extra so I don't expose myself to low temperatures, or it could even like rain. I don't know. I did my homework. I know it's not going to rain, but I also have a rain gear as well. I would time, and I would see actually how long it would take me to go back and forth. I take my breaks and etc. Next week, or actually during this week, because we're not going to have jiu-jitsu, I will be back to the same spot and I will put more weight and I will try to beat my time. So it's that kind of thing like you try to do for time, like many other activities like CrossFit or something like that. If you're doing by yourself, it's a good way to have this benchmark, so you can pretty much know what were your initial, data, or your stats, your initial stats. You will know your stats right off the bat, and now you try to beat as far as like maybe going a little bit faster, maybe putting a little bit more weight. It's a good way, even for people that don't train in any martial arts, or you're not too much into what we do for self-protection, but you still want to be in shape. So doing that, it's a good one. Second one, I'm going to resume my mountain biking. I will do the same thing with the mountain biking. I try to go to the same trails, single trails, or single tracks, or sometimes double tracks. I would choose the same spot. I will record everything through, in my mountain biking, I use Strava, not Trails. And I try to see the time, because in many tracks, you have the recordings of other people through that track, that trail. And I would try to beat my own time first, and then I try to see if I can get closer to the real professional mountain bikers there. Those are two things I would do for my physical training. And actually, because I have mats at home, and I will be recording, going live. I will post in our social media when I'll be going live, showing like what I will be doing. Maybe I will show some techniques here too as well. Those are pretty much what I will be doing for my physical training. Second thing is for my mental training. I keep working, I keep watching. For instance, for self-defense, I have the channels that I like. I will put the link below. I go to Active Self-Protection channel. This guy, John Correa, does an amazing job. And breaking down real self-defense situations, either when it's a law enforcement or a civilian involved. Sometimes you get, I guess, like body cam, dashboard cam, CCTV, and then many cases are just like civilians. Many cases, no firearms involved. It could be just a brawl and how to de-escalate, verbal judo, and all of that. He breaks that down very. Even he covers the legal side, bringing a lawyer to comment on some videos. So it's really good for your mental training, for your pattern recognition, and etc. Another thing I would do, keep doing my studies in martial arts. So I like to watch MMA fights rather than watch people talking about MMA fights, because I try to break down, I train my eyes and I train my mind to break down patterns, strategies, and etc. So I try to look at one fighter, isolate, just paying attention to that fighter, and specifically to see what he or she does and how she moves, how she set up, what the opponent, what are also the most common patterns that these fighters might develop for that specific fight or not. Sometimes I even get, say, same person and say, I'm watching Amanda Nunes, a person that I really like to watch, and I try to see if she keep the same patterns, how she changes for each fight. That's very interesting too, because you might end up seeing that many MMA fighters, they get stuck to one style, they don't change, people start figuring them out, and they start losing, or they only win if they fight somebody that don't know how to counter. That's a good way for me, also for my own training. And I like, in jiu-jitsu, I like to watch finals of big events, because again, you can easily rewind, play back again, and see what people are doing. So those are the two things I'll be doing during this week. Please don't be upset that we close. I think we are doing our civic part to help to contain this, the spread of this virus. I'm not so sure how effective we will be, but at least like we know we have the peace of mind, and you guys too have a peace of mind of that at least like hopefully this will finish earlier than we think. Take care of yourself, help your neighbor, don't fight with your neighbor, Let's show that we are a very strong, good community with really good people. We should be here for each other. We see how many people get out of control in moments of crisis. That's one more reason why you should exercise your awareness outside house, when you're shopping, when you go anywhere. Try to avoid bad areas. Try to avert any kind of bad situations. Be ready. Again, awareness is everything at this moment. Good time to rethink your, if you're doing anything to prepare for a moment of crisis, how you're doing. You don't need to be a prepper, because that's like the needle is right here. You don't need to be completely like careless. Moderation, guys, moderation in politics, moderation in everything. I think that will keep us like with more harmony in life. All right, have a great week ahead. Stay tuned. I'll be posting more things online. If you're a member of American Top Team Connecticut, go to facebook.com/groups/ATT Connecticut. That's our group. Also, you can search for Core BJJ Around the World. It's another group for the core students around the country, in Europe and in Brazil. And see you guys back on the mats like next week, March 23rd. We'll be back. All right. God bless you all. Stay safe, stay healthy, and good time to recover from everything. All right. Recover from your injuries and stay with your family. Let go your phones unless you're watching me. All right. Subscribe, hit the notification button. Thank you.